Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcats Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and how we doing? All right, welcome live to Montana's Rib and Chop House for our next episode of Cat Chat. All right, first and foremost, everybody sounding okay in the house? You can all hear us okay? All right, love that. What a week we get to talk about. What a week it has been. What a week it is about to be. We are right in the thick of it. 4 games in 8 days for both men's and women's basketball. And here we sit about 4 weeks into Big Sky play, and we've got a couple of basketball programs that are currently a combined 11-1 in Big Sky play. How about that? Yeah, not too shabby. So heck of a run, and what a day it was on Saturday. We'll get into that, but by a round of applause from people who are here, how many people made all 3 events, the parade and both games? Who made it? Oh. How about that? That was a long day, but I'm sure everybody's still kind of riding the high of that game in Nashville. And what a great way to celebrate that with not 1 but 2 more legacy wins. Because let's face it, every time you win those games, those are legacy wins, especially at the Brick. We had about a combined 10,000 come through the Brick between those 2 games. So tons of great support, tons of fun, and we're going to be talking about all of that. Anthony was walking around with our free raffle tickets, so we pull those during commercial breaks. If you didn't get one, be sure to flag him down during the next commercial break. We are going to talk to 2 Bobcat basketball players. We've got Jeremiah Davis here today. We're going to talk to Jeremiah Davis. And Kadynce Couture is also here as well. So we're going to talk to both of them throughout the night. And, of course, we'll have head women's basketball coach Tricia Binford here. But first we say hello to head men's basketball coach Matt Logie. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing great. Hey, everybody.
It's a busy day. We men just traveled back from northern Colorado after a tough win there and just kind of settling into it all. But, man, this is a whirlwind time of year right now. How you holding up? How are the guys doing?
Doing great. Just sticking to our process and being relentless with it. I thought our weekend of preparation after the Montana game, getting ready for Northern Colorado, was just excellent. A very mature response to an emotional high that was. So I was really proud of our group and just turned the page and did the same thing today, getting ready for Thursday. So we'll sleep in May.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it maybe sounds cliche to some people who don't really pay too much attention, but to come off that win, that nightcap on Saturday, which was an absolutely incredible game with everything going on, to then wake up the next morning, make that trip out, and play a really difficult game against Northern Colorado, that's a tough thing to do. I mean, how do you kind of train these guys mentally to be able to handle that kind of up and down during this portion of the conference season?
Well, I think our schedule to date has prepared us well for that. We talked a lot, throughout the non-conference season about what a challenge our schedule was, and we had, a number of opportunities where we had to turn the page quickly, and whether that was after a big win like St. Thomas or after a tough loss, it's on to the next opportunity and the next challenge. And so, you're building those habits during that season or that part of the season to get ready for this time, because you know how critical it is in moments like this.
Well, watching that game, and I think one of the things that really stood out to me after that win against Montana was the emotion of the guys afterwards. I mean, just sitting there doing our post-game show after we kind of talked to you, seeing guys like Jed Miller, Pat McMahon, Chris Hodges, all of these guys, really everybody that came out. I mean, the smiles that they had, it looked like such relief and excitement, not only to win a Big Sky game, win a game against the rival, but also to deliver the kind of capstone on that day. You could really see how much it meant to those players, and watch those guys smile after. That was something I'm going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked a lot that week about what this rivalry means, what it means to people that have been here before us, what it means to our community, what it means to our alumni. And obviously we've got a lot of new players that were prepped for this experience during the recruiting process and are excited to be a part of it, but you don't know until you go through it. But we really wanted to deliver that moment and that experience with our home crowd, with our home base in the brick, because we had yet to do that since I had been here, and it was just a way we could say thank you. And our guys have been so well supported that we felt like we owed it to our fans to deliver, and it meant more to us than the normal game, even though it counts the same in the standings. And I think you could see that with their emotions afterward.
Yeah, you mentioned in the post-game press conference just talking about the support you've had through the first 2 years, and obviously kind of coming in, it almost feels like you're getting a big old jet airliner kind of to take off, right? You got guys coming in and out, trying to get the right personnel in that can execute your vision. But you talked about the support that everybody has given you over these last 2 years. Through the ups and downs, you're allowed to have some thick and some thin over these years. But what has that been like? Give us an example of some of the support you have felt from Bobcat Nation over the last couple of years.
Well, I think just I've really appreciated just everyone's appreciation and understanding of all the added variables that have gone into this equation in the last few years. I think people have appreciated the work ethic that we've had to apply to this process. Just, like I think I've said before, I spent 7 years at my alma mater, and in those 7 years as an assistant recruited 24 players. We've recruited 26 players to Montana State in 2.5 years. That's hard work, and it takes a lot of effort. And when you see people around town, after a season like last year, and they're applauding your effort and the season you had, even though for my standards and for our program standards, it fell short of what our standards are. It just motivates you more to continue to push forward and know that just if you keep doing the right things and you get the right people on the bus, it'll pan out eventually.
No doubt. All right, so I assume you and Coach Binford really didn't get a chance to notice or see or feel any of the morning parade stuff going on?
No, I that's my only regret from Saturday is I didn't get to participate in all the festivities with our game day routine. But it was an amazing day in Bozeman, amazing day for our athletics department. And for this whole community, because it really takes the whole village to make this happen, whether it's a national championship or a Big Sky championship in basketball or men's basketball, women's basketball. It takes a village. And, after my first year here, when we, went to the NCAA tournament, we said, let's circle the wagons and do this again. We felt that love and that support, and we're just going to continue to bring people on board and do this thing together.
Absolutely. Well, I'll just say from a personal standpoint, having the opportunity to MC that celebration, be on one of those floats before the doubleheader, getting up there and seeing everybody, that was one of the more powerful, I would say, rich experiences of my career. I mean, that was so cool to see everybody, and I was so glad we were able to celebrate all those student athletes and coaches. So kudos to you guys and everybody who made it out. That was such an awesome experience, so well-deserved for Bobcat Nation and for the players and the coaches who sacrificed so much to get out there and perform at a high level. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll return with Coach Logie, dive a little more into these games, and talk about last night as well. Big-time gutsy win for Montana State men's basketball out in Greeley. But first, we're taking a break from Montana's Rib and Chop House. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Debilitating joint pain can keep you from doing the things you love most. At Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, we take a holistic approach to your orthopedic surgery, combining state-of-the-art orthopedic capabilities with whole health optimization. We'll work with you to identify and address any medical issues prior to your surgery. Our optimized health approach ensures your surgery is just the beginning of a new, pain-free life. Explore more at bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Visiting West Yellowstone during the winter is a rare treat. The snow-covered landscape, frozen waterfalls, and frosted trees create a surreal winterscape. You'll enjoy our renowned hospitality, authentic Montana cuisine, and unmatched recreational opportunities. We encourage our guests to recreate responsibly and plan ahead to ensure a memorable trip. Plan your experience at DestinationYellowstone.com or YellowstoneDestination.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
The fact that we've been in Montana for over 80 years shows our value and that we are here to stay. I'm Lisa Kelly, president of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana. We strive to be there for our members through all of life's journeys, from having a baby to starting a business to even in later ages when looking for Medicare options. We're there at every moment to support our members in sickness and in health. We're there no matter what. It's beautiful.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Who's ready to experience Montana's high alpine like never before? This winter, Big Sky Resort unveils Kirkcliff, a stunning 2-story glass observatory at the summit of Lone Peak, surrounded by unobstructed views spanning 3 states, 2 national parks, and countless mountain ranges. The most thrilling part of the experience, standing at 11,166 feet on a transparent glass floor. Plan your visit to Big Sky and experience Kirkcliff, redefining what it means to experience Montana's high country. Looking for the perfect place to fuel up before the game or celebrate a Bobcat win? Come on down to Rib and Chop House. We have locations in Bozeman, Billings, Butte, Great Falls, and Livingston, where premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs meet unmatched hospitality. Join us on Tuesday nights at 6:30 in Bozeman for great food and fanfare with the Cat Chat Coaches Show. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching with friends, do it with flavor. Rib and Chop House, proud partner of Montana State. Go Cats!
We are back live at Montana's Rib and Chop House for Cat Chad. We remind you that Universal Athletics is a proud partner of Montana State Athletics and Bobcat basketball. Keaton Gillogly alongside head men's basketball coach Matt Logie talking about a 2-0 start to this 4-game in 8-day stretch for both squads. And, Coach, let's talk a little bit about this Montana game. 76-67 win against the Grizzlies at home on Saturday to cap that big-time Saturday afternoon and night. And, man, it was so much fun to just watch so many different individual matchups play out in this game between, Chris Hodges in the front court, Jeremiah Davis against Money Williams, Jed Miller with his first career double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds, and just all the different guys that kind of stepped up in this win.
Yeah, I think that victory, really exemplified the team, the way we're playing as a team. It was a team win, and that's been the beauty of this group is you can't just hone in on one person. The ball never stops moving. Guys are, playing for one another, and you don't know, whose night it's going to be every single night, but as well as I might not know, but the defense doesn't either, and I think that's an advantage for us.
There were so many different big shots in this game, too. How about that Seth Almenrud shot at the end of the first half? That was something to remember. That was one of the more scenic routes to make that bucket. What did you see on that?
Well, it was interesting. We wanted to get the last shot, and Davian, went to attack the basket, and Seth thought Dave was going to shoot, so he started to go rebound, and then all of a sudden Dave threw him the ball, and he was like, oh, I got to shoot it. But he's got good touch and quick reactions, and it was a great way to go into the half, with some momentum.
Yeah, that was fun to see. And, of course, Jeremiah Davis, who we're going to talk to here in a little bit, hit one of the big-time shots with about a little less than 4 minutes to go. That right corner three, that was a big-time shot as well. And we're going to talk to JD about that in a bit. But that was certainly one of those moments down the stretch where you felt like, all right, this team is doing what they need to do to win.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a huge shot for us. Took the lead from 1 to 4, so got a 2-possession lead. We were able to call timeout, get our defense settled, and communicate a couple of things that we wanted to do down the stretch, and that really helped us.
So hit your free throws down the stretch, got the win, turn around quickly on Sunday, and out to Northern Colorado, who's had a surprising poor record in Big Sky play, but they've been healthy. They look as good as anybody and can beat anybody in this conference on any given night for sure. That game last night was another just kind of bruising, gritty game. A little bit of a slow offensive start, but you guys continue to just weather the storm and weather the runs right now.
Yeah, they're an interesting case study. You know, they've got a better record against the Big 12 than they have in the Big Sky. You know, they beat Colorado and they almost beat Texas Tech, and now they're 1-6 in the Big Sky. But every game that they've played has been fairly close, except for ours at home. We kind of pulled away, but they're certainly capable, and were co-champions of the regular season last year. So it was a big opportunity for us to gain a sweep in the standings this early in the process. And our guys were aware of that opportunity, and really, we called it March Mondays, because when you get a sweep, it factors into Monday, and our guys really approached the process and treated it like a postseason game.
This was another game with so many different big moments in the contest. You know, Northern Colorado's got so much size in the front court, and the rebounding numbers as a whole were pretty lopsided in favor of Northern Colorado, but even with that, at the end of this game, we saw multiple guys come up with huge rebounds on the offensive glass in particular. It was one offensive rebound for Montana State through the first, 36 minutes, and then 3 or 4 down the stretch, including Seth Almenrud getting a big bucket to kind of seal this thing.
Yeah, it was an interesting game. I mean, we were pleading, throughout the game to keep crashing the glass, keep crashing. We got our hands on a few balls, but they didn't really break our way. And obviously, they have a huge front court. We weren't naive to the fact that we might lose the rebounding battle, but I think where kind of the rubber met the road was we were able to keep the ball out of the post, and we were able to get to the free throw line, I think 21 times or something like that.
Yep, 21.
Compared to their 4, and that really proved to be the difference, along with those key offensive rebounds down the stretch.
Yeah, the not sending them to the free throw line, that's always such an interesting number. Sometimes you can look at it and say, well, hey, maybe the officials were calling it one way or the other, but also sometimes it's just defending without fouling, which is a skill. What are you seeing from that regard?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's elements of truth to both of those things. We had a different crew this year than last year when they had about 35 free throws, but we also have a more disciplined defensive team this year that doesn't go for shot fakes at the end of drives and is, in position defensively where they're supposed to be. And so, one of the officials yesterday was in the Final Four last year. He came over about midway through the second half and said, you guys are doing a great job of playing technically sound, and that's a great compliment. That's what we tell our guys all the time. If you show your hands, if you're physical with your chest, you can communicate to the officials that we're playing the right way. And I thought that came through last night.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of fun to see, and, one of the things that kind of stands out, too, is this is another game where you kind of need a different skill set to beat Northern Colorado than you need in order to beat Montana, than you'll need in order to beat some of the other teams around the league, because there are so many different just kind of styles. How confident are you in what this team can do and the versatility that you have in order to go up against so many different styles of play night in and night out in this league?
Well, that's the beauty of conference play. I think one of the things that's been interesting about this year's conference teams is you have a number of teams that have designed themselves with double post front courts, and so far we've navigated that really well, while not being designed quite the same way. But we have other advantages through that, with our spacing, with our 3-point shooting, with our pace and transition, and so it's really about dictating the terms of the game and making sure that we're going to impose our will, and when you come to the brick, you're going to play our style.
All right, well, coming up next is Idaho State on Thursday, 7 o'clock over at the Brick. If you can't make it, Brian and I will have the pregame coverage starting at 6:30. It is a whiteout, so you're encouraged to wear white on Thursday to help set another awesome atmosphere at the Brick. But as we look ahead, presented by Vance Thompson Vision, Coach, what is something we should know about this Idaho State team for Thursday?
Well, very similarly designed to Northern Colorado with a very physical mentality. We're always one of the best rebounding teams in the country. It'll be very important that we pressure the basketball and play with great pace on offense. And I think the next most important thing of the game is just understanding as Bobcat fans, if you had fun on Saturday night in the brick, like let's come back this weekend and keep growing this crowd and growing these environments, because you guys all know the impact that it makes to the competitive edge that we see in the brick and on the football field, and we're just getting started. So let's get everybody in there and let's create another great weekend for ourselves.
All right, it's going to be awesome. Idaho State on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Weber State on Saturday at 6 o'clock. That's what we got coming up at the brick. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight today.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we're taking a break. Jeremiah Davis joins us after this timeout. This is Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 9 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. I want to remind you that for 39 years, Executive Services has been the printing and mailing experts in the Gallatin Valley, a local family-owned business supporting Bobcat Athletics. Printing and mailing done right. Find them online at printmailrelax.com. That's printmailrelax.com. I'm Keaton Gillogly, and we are joined now by Jeremiah Davis. Jeremiah, how we doing? How we feeling today, man?
I'm good. I'm great. How you doing?
I'm feeling good. A little tired, but not too bad. I mean, you were up a little early this morning, but that's okay. How you feeling with the grind of the season at this point?
I feel good. It's something I've always been, a part of a hard grind. Just ready for the next step. That's all I'm ready for.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was the schedule today? I know we got up, caught the 8 a.m. flight or so, got back around 10. What have you done since 10 a.m. until about now, right now?
When we got back, we landed. We had a quick little recovery. We're stretching. in the weight room, and then we had treatment after that, and then we kind of watched film. We got back to watching film for this next game against Idaho State, and then we had practice, or going over there.
All right.
Deal, a whole deal.
Yeah, just nonstop. And how are classes going? Your second year at Montana State, coming from 2 years in JUCO down in SoCal. But just how are classes coming along, and how's that side of things?
Everything's going good. Class is going good. Staying strong, staying positive, keeping that priority first before everything. You got to do that in order to strive and succeed in where you want to go.
Yeah. But, what are you majoring in?
Liberal studies.
Okay.
Liberal studies.
Sweet. Well, just getting all that going, getting all this going, and kind of getting into the season. Tell me a little bit about playing in front of that atmosphere on Saturday, hitting some big shots. Really kind of your first chance to kind of endure some memories to the Bobcat blue and gold. Tell me particularly about that three-point shot you hit in the corner.
Man, it was like I knew I kind of sprinted the line to get to the corner to get myself ready to shoot that. As far as like leading up to that, that practice, the practice through that whole week, just shooting with confidence. That's really what it is. Shooting with confidence, and you never know when your opportunity is going to come. And my opportunity came when Jed pushed through, got that rebound, pushed through, and kicked it to me to the corner, and I shot it with confidence. I made it. So
yeah, it's amazing how far that confidence will take you.
Right. A lot of preparation, a lot of hard work, practice. It's going to show in the games.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about working with Jed Miller as your senior point guard right now. I know for a lot of Bobcat fans, they've really enjoyed watching him continue to improve throughout his career. But what's it like for you just having that guy as the head of the snake for your group?
It's great. It's like it's following off of him, like his experience of being here for quite some time and following off of like his footsteps. He's a great leader, great point guard. He teaches. Even like outside of his position, he knows like what everybody else is supposed to do, and he holds everybody else accountable. So it just like it pumps everybody else up more to know what they got to do.
Yeah, that's cool to hear, and a great insight for people who are really enjoying his story and his journey. And of course, we'll talk to him at some point later in the year. One of the other plays I got to ask you about in this game was the diving steal you had, kind of laid out behind the guy to tip that thing through. I don't know that I've ever seen somebody actually like full extension knock a ball away like that. What was going on in that play?
Just trying to get a stop, man. I'm more of a defensive player, so it's like. And I take big challenges very serious. Like we know Money is a great basketball player. So it's like whenever I get a chance to get our momentum going defensively, I'm gonna do it. And I showed right there, just a lot of energy, a lot of focus, and just trying to get that momentum going. And as soon as we got it, pushed down, Dave got the steal, and pushed down, got it, kicked it right back out to me, and I get right back to him. He hit a big shot, and then the stadium erupted, and that was great.
Yeah, I can see you're almost kind of floating just thinking about that crowd right now.
I'm reliving it by just talking about it too.
Yeah, I mean it's truly remarkable. That was such a cinematic and it was just such a rich experience on Saturday with everything going on. I know you guys had your obviously had your game day routine, but could you sense everything going on? I mean, even you guys are in the locker room when they're parading around the not 1, 2, 3, but 4 trophies at halftime. But as a player, could you just sense the magnitude of a Saturday like that?
Oh yeah, we knew like we were tuning in about the football games, and we know that it was a big week, big weekend Saturday for us. And we just wanted to carry it over. Like, we just wanted to keep that energy going. Like, the women's team did a great job playing that before us, too. So a couple of us were watching, too. And it was like, we got to keep it going. So we did. And it was a great environment for Montana State and Bobcat family.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fun to see, too, how much both basketball teams really kind of feed off each other on a day like that, and it was cool to watch play out. All right, I want to talk a little defense. You've kind of talked about it. You were a conference defensive player of the year down in JUCO, too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give me a sense. I feel like guys who have defense as kind of their identity like that, it usually comes from somewhere. Is there somebody that really instilled that defensive lockdown attitude in you?
It's really just watching a lot of basketball. It's just like not everything is about offense. Like if you're starting slow, defense is a great way to get yourself going. And as far as like me growing up, I've always just wanted to guard the best player. I've always wanted to be the person that gets our team going, like in energy wise, and get our momentum going. And it's just something I've always been doing. So it's like it was great for me to showcase that in that type of moment environment, and especially first experience environment just like that in the brick. It was great. I loved it, and I'm always looking forward to do it. I'm going to continue to do it as well.
Yeah, well, I know everybody here is going to certainly appreciate that kind of effort throughout the season. So you grew up in L.A. Was there a favorite player you had? I mean, were you watching a lot of Lakers basketball or something?
Yeah.
I mean, what was it?
A lot of Lakers and a lot of Kobe. Rest in peace, my man Kobe. But, yeah, I've always watched the Lakers. I always watched Kobe, and just following off of what his mentality was, just that killer instinct mentality and just learning off of his game, not even just him, just watching a lot of basketball growing up as well. So it's great to pick off different, things from different players, different teams, and just watching everything and just trying to add that on into my game.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. That hardcore blue-collar defense is fun to watch. So I want to talk a little JUCO, too. I mean, I feel like we've seen plenty of guys come up through here in multiple sports out of the JUCO ranks. It's always a little bit of an extra edge down there. So Fullerton College, what was the experience down there like for you?
It was good. Coming out of high school, not a lot of players get to they don't know if they're going to go to JUCO or not, and it was kind of a business decision for me because I know like what I wanted in the long run. But it was great. I had a great coaching staff, had a great first experience there as well. It was just fun to be around. Like every player there was connected, and then the coaching staff just took you in as like their own. And knowing like some people, not a lot of people came or in the same state. So it was just like, oh, we're going to treat them like we're on. And since everybody came and moved, it was just connection was perfect from there.
Yeah, and you guys won a lot also. Do you remember what your record in those 2 years was?
I think it was like 32 and 2 or 1 or something like that.
Well, the 2 years total, it was 59 wins and 6 losses, including a conference championship and a state title.
Yes, sir.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. It wasn't easy as it looked, but we made it happen.
Well, we all know that the sweetest things in life are often the hardest things in life, and once you hit the end of that 2 years at Fullerton College, what are you looking for? I mean, you kind of probably knew a little bit what a winning culture looked like, but what was that process like once your 2 years are up at JUCO and you're looking for the next spot?
I was just looking for the best opportunity to strive and continue to play my game. And being recruited by Coach Logie in Montana State was just also a blessing because I also wanted to experience outside of California. Yeah. So it's like coming here and knowing what type of support system we have with all types of sports, not even just one specific sport. Like it was just I read it and I was just like, okay, this seems like a great spot position for me.
Yeah. So how you acquainting to Bozeman in the winters? It hasn't really been too cold this year, although it's cold today. How you acquainting to it at all?
No, last year it was kind of tough for me because it was snowed every day and it was cold, negative degree weather. But I'm kind of getting used to it. But Cali weather is just hot every time. So I'm getting used to it, though.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Running around in the gym playing defense will warm you up.
Right.
Yeah. Did you have to get yourself like a big winter coat when you got up here, too?
I did. And I got me some boots, too. I got me some big old boots.
Yeah, so. That's the smart thing. Hey, no bad weather, just bad clothes. So it sounds like you're on to it now.
Right.
All right, well, we got a lot of fun coming up here next. Idaho State's on tap for Thursday night as we are rocking and rolling in Big Sky play. Give us an idea of what we're going to see out of Idaho State on Thursday night.
It's going to be a fun game, very competitive. It's not every game. I'm pretty sure you heard it a lot, but not every game is going to be easy. Quick turnaround. We had a couple games already, so it's like just being ready, locking in on what the personnel is and just playing with confidence and just having fun. And if you're not having fun, then it's like not really – What are we doing?
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing how much fun and confidence and KYP, know your personnel, that can take you a long, long way in this business. Well, Jeremiah, thank you for the time. I know it's been a long day, but we really appreciate it. And after the injury last year for you, I'm glad Bobcat fans have a chance to see what you're all about, man. This has been great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Jeremiah Davis. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're talking some Bobcat women's basketball. This is Cat Chat from Learfield.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Who's ready to experience Montana's high alpine like never before? This winter, Big Sky Resort unveils Kirkcliff, a stunning two-story glass observatory at the summit of Lone Peak, surrounded by unobstructed views spanning 3 states, 2 national parks, and countless mountain ranges. The most thrilling part of the experience, standing at 11,166 feet on a transparent glass floor. Plan your visit to Big Sky and experience Kirkcliff, redefining what it means to experience Montana's high country.
The brand is one of the most recognized in healthcare. The fact that we've been in Montana for over 80 years shows our strength. I'm Lisa Kelly, president of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana. I'm proud that we have the local presence, and yet we're also very fortunate to leverage the size of our larger organization, including innovative products and services at the larger national level, and be able to bring that to Montana for all of our members in the future.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Looking for the perfect place to fuel up before the game or celebrate a Bobcat win? Come on down to Rib and Chop House. We have locations in Bozeman, Billings, Butte, Great Falls, and Livingston, where premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs meet unmatched hospitality. Join us on Tuesday nights at 6:30 in Bozeman for great food and fanfare with the Cat Chat Coaches Show. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching with friends, do it with flavor. Rib and Chop House, proud partner of Montana State. Go Cats!
Debilitating joint pain can keep you from doing the things you love most. At Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, we take a holistic approach to your orthopedic surgery, combining state-of-the-art orthopedic capabilities with whole health optimization. We'll work with you to identify and address any medical issues prior to your surgery. Our optimized health approach ensures your surgery is just the beginning of a new, pain-free life. Explore more at bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
We're at Montana's Rib and Chop House, a proud sponsor of Bobcat Athletics and home to Montana State University's basketball. Cat Chat, go Cats. All right, before we talk to Kadynce Couture, first we're going to pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat. We are back live at Montana's Rib and Chop House for Cat Chat. We're talking some Bobcat basketball. We just finished talking some men's hoops, and now we get a chance to turn our attention to the 6-0 Montana State women's basketball team. So, heck of a start, yeah. Following up a historic year last year with the start. A lot of work left to do, but it's a fun beginning. And we get a chance now to talk to one of the freshmen, Kadynce Couture. Kadynce, how we doing? How we feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for taking a little bit of time and spending your Tuesday night with us a little bit. And this is not the first time you've been to Cat Chat, right?
No, last 3, I think.
Yeah, I think you, Izzy, and Jamison, have you been to all 3 also? All right, I like it. So you were over here scouting a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, good. Well, I love to see you guys supporting each other as you go through this and just kind of hanging out with your teammates. I mean, I don't know, what's it like being a college Division I basketball player right now?
It's a lot of fun. I think that the team that I'm a part of makes it even more fun. I mean, I love hanging out with them. Clearly, we're here together tonight, and we spend every minute of the day together. So,
yeah, that sounds about right. How much did you get to know them kind of before you got here, and just like what kind of role did that play in your decision to get over here?
Yeah, I've known Jamison since probably the 8th grade, and she's my roommate now. So that was like easy friendship that I've already had, and everybody else was super new, but everyone's so welcoming that I think they made it a really easy transition to be here.
Yeah, how did you and Jamison cross paths? Because she's from Washington, you're from over the hill in Missoula, but how did you guys end up crossing paths?
Yeah, well, we played on the same AAU team, so it was the Northwest Blazers, and it was like Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho would all travel to Coeur d'Alene to try out, and me and Jamison happened to make the same team.
Okay, cool. What was that like playing together as you guys were just kind of coming up? I mean, how similar were your guys' styles of play and just kind of growing together as basketball players early in your career?
Yeah, I think that our styles of play are pretty much the same as they are now. Jamison's always been kind of a spaz, and I love it. And so, yeah, I think that we grew together as friends and on the court as well.
Yeah, well, it's fun watching you guys get going, and for both of you kind of settling in. I mean, it's not easy for a true freshman to kind of walk in and do what you guys are doing right now. How is the speed? How is just getting acquainted with the Division I level of basketball for you?
Yeah, well, I give credit to the team and the coaches because there are 6 newcomers.
Yeah.
But they've been super good at getting us all to understand that being young is not an excuse. We all have a lot of experience to get here and trust our reps and trust ourselves. I know that they trust us, so yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been a lot of fun, and you know, it's in this era of so much turnover around college sports. I know a lot of people enjoy watching the years kind of grow, particularly on the women's basketball side right now. So I want to go back and just kind of want to get to know you and your story a little bit. So from Missoula originally, were you which side of the fight were you? Were you a Grizzly fan growing up or a Bobcat fan growing up?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Ronan, so it was on the Flat Reservation about an hour from Missoula. I was a fan of the other team, but that was just because of proximity, I promise. And then I think clearly made the right choice, as we could see this weekend. So
yeah, always fun flipping that. You can always upgrade from silver to gold anytime. But did you go to a lot of the Cat Grizz games, maybe a lot of Montana games growing up?
Yeah, I was at a lot of Montana games. I think I've been to 3 Cat Grizz games, so I kind of knew what it meant to the community, but to be a part of it in this way was just super special and something different.
Yeah, what was it like once this last week to finally be on the floor, be a part of it, be a part of a massive win as well on Saturday? But, yeah, what was it like now after watching it as a young player growing up to now be a part of this thing?
Yeah, so before I was a member of the community, and now I'm a part of the team, and I think Ben just kind of drilled it in her pregame speech that we owe the community this game, we owe them that win. So to be able to give that back was something super special.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of fun to watch, and you guys played great. So much fun to kind of see you go through that thing. And, for you, kind of coming up, you had such an awesome high school career as well. I know the recruiting process for you was a lot, going initially to Idaho and then deciding to come over here. But, without having to get into too many details, but it did feel like maybe for you this was a situation where as a young kid growing up, you had to really kind of make some adult decisions and really figure yourself out. How did you do that? How did you kind of find your own voice and decide to come over here to Montana State?
Yeah, I think it took a while. I think I made my first decision because I was tired of the recruiting process, kind of saw it as a stressor, wanted to get it over with. But when I started to look at it as more of a blessing and something that I was really excited to be a part of, that's when I decided to take the next 4 years into my own hands and when I decided to come back over to Montana State.
Yeah, well, what made it so stressful? I mean, was it something you're putting on yourself? Was it just so many people at you? Like, it's a lot to handle when you're a teenager. You're just trying to figure out life.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of pressure that I put on myself, but like you said, there are a lot of questions from the outside as well, and I just think I let it get to me. I was, like you said, pretty young, but when I decided, like I said, to take it into my own hands, I decided to grow up a little bit too, so yeah.
Yeah, and now you're here and playing well and continuing to get into this thing. And how's class, too? I mean, trying to balance the class and out on the floor at this time can be a little tough. So how's class and that kind of thing going?
Yeah, classes are good. Just starting back up. Feels a little weird going from just playing basketball for a month. But I got some classes with some teammates, so I'm excited.
Yeah, what do you know what you're going to study yet, or are you still feeling everything out?
I'm majoring in human development and family science.
Okay, so what does that take you into?
More like therapy, social work type stuff.
Okay. You're going to probably end up using some of that over the course of the basketball career, too.
Yeah, just getting to know people better.
Yeah. What is it like? I feel like for people, like, trying to get to know each other, within a team, it's such a common theme the last couple of years, especially on the men's side with all of the turnover. What was it like for you just to try to get to know everybody, and how were some of the upperclassmen or even the underclassmen who are leaders now, the sophomores, but how did they kind of just cultivate that culture and make sure everybody was getting to know each other early in the career?
Yeah, I think I keep hearing that last season at the end of season, the team decided to make it a little bit easier for freshmen. So they came together, decided that we were going to do a little bit more team meetings, a little bit more including the freshmen in more positive ways, and they've done a great job of that.
Yeah.
So I just think that they took it upon themselves to make this a more welcoming atmosphere, and it worked.
Yeah. What are some of the things like kind of getting included on, just like, outside stuff, like fun stuff, or is it like some of the game planning type thing?
I think Taylor decided actually that freshmen weren't going to have to carry bags anymore, that it was going to be everybody.
Okay.
And so that was just kind of one thing, but it's also like their personalities are just so great of like they want our voices to be heard just as much as they want to talk as well.
Yeah.
And so it's been really fun to at least have a say. I feel like they kind of trust what we say a little bit, which I don't know if that happens everywhere as a freshman.
Yeah, no, I think that probably doesn't happen everywhere, even in a lot of other kind of corporate environments. The first people come in, so that's a pretty cool thing. That's great, really great insight into Taylor and Addison Harris and all these other players. What is Taylor like from your perspective? I mean, she's only a sophomore, but just how is she stepping into that leadership role, and what's she like when she's kind of taking control of what this team is and should be?
Yeah, Taylor's a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever been around anybody like her. And I think, especially since we started conference, she started to use her voice a little bit more. She's always kind of led by effort and example. I think you guys can all see that. But it's really fun to be a part of her journey, because now we're starting to see her talk a little bit more and be more vocal for us. So, yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, that's cool to hear. For you played so much in high school, had so many games. So much success, and in order to do that, you got to continue to get better year over year. So now here you are. You're not, the go-to. You get to just be a piece of it. Where are you growing? Where are you focused on your game right now to try to keep things moving in the right direction?
I think I'm really focused on embracing my new role. Like you said, I've never had to kind of be a side man, but I'm having so much fun because it's fun to watch Jamison go out there and kill it, and it's fun to get that assist or dive on the ball to get our energy going. And so that's one thing that I'm still kind of learning and navigating, but it's fun to be their biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. Is it weird now where you're coming off the bench, you feel like you just got like plopped into a storm rather than being the person out on the floor to start things, and you kind of go with it?
I think I like it a lot better, especially at this level, because I get to watch at least for a few minutes of how the game's going first. I feel it out a little bit. I know what Ben doesn't want us to do, and so when I get out there, it's a little bit easier to navigate.
Yeah, that's so cool to hear. Well, we're excited for your continued growth. Always fun to have a Montana native on the roster as well. Looking ahead, presented by Vance Thompson Vision. We got Idaho State. You guys are on the road. What are we looking for against the Bengals coming up on Thursday night?
I think that we're just kind of focused on us from here on out. If we can stick to our principles, we can play with our pace. I think it doesn't matter who we're playing.
All right. Well, it's been fun to watch this thing get started, and we're really getting into the meat of Big Sky's schedule. Kadynce Couture, thank you so much for the time, and good luck the rest of the season.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, we're taking a break. Coach Binford joining us after this. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Ink outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Ink and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Ready to upgrade your space? Choose the local experts at Futura Cabinetry Inc. With over 50 years of experience, no job is too small. From cabinets and counters to closets and full installations, we deliver exceptional craftsmanship at the best pricing in town. Come meet your neighbors at Bozeman's best cabinet shop, Futura Cabinetry Inc. Quality, value, and experience you can trust.
From
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins Lumber believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins Lumber, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
Hey, Bobcat fans. Want to make a real difference in the lives of Montana State student-athletes? The Bobcat Collective is your chance to do just that. By joining as a member or becoming a business partner, you're directly supporting our athletes through NIL opportunities, helping them succeed both on and off the field. Whether you're an individual looking to become a member or a business ready to partner with us, every contribution empowers our Bobcats to reach their full potential. Visit BobcatCollective.com to learn more and sign up today. Together, we can elevate our athletes and the entire Bobcat community. Go Cats, go!
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. Keaton Gillogly alongside head women's basketball coach Tricia Binford, who's orchestrating the 6-0 start in conference play. Coach, a lot of work to do, a lot of season left, but you got to be feeling good with at least the start so far.
I like how Matt said we're going to continue focusing on the process of getting better, and these kids continue to get better every day, and glad we were able to get the sweep on UNC. Those things could pay dividends down the road, and now we got to turn the page and have a very quick scouting report for Idaho State.
Yeah, it's a young team, so how is the squad just coming along in terms of getting into this rhythm? I mean, these are the types of weeks, 4 games in 8 days, that will pay dividends when we get to Big Sky tournament play. But how is this young group absorbing the information you got to keep throwing at them day to day right now?
Well, we definitely try to keep it as simple as possible, just because they are new, right? And I would say we've progressively gotten much better at practices.
Okay, that's good.
Practices were not our strong suit, and then we would show up in games and they'd be incredible. And we're like, this is interesting. So I'd rather be better in games than practices, but we also want to be able to be a champion in our preparation, and they have been just every single week they've chipped away on getting better in that area, especially since we've come back from Christmas break. And I really feel like the preseason schedule was one of the most difficult preseasons we have had, and I think that has prepared a very young squad well for this conference race. So we'll just see how it continues to go, but we keep them locked in. Our practices have been much shorter this year, just kind of knowing our personnel, trying to tighten up our shoot-arounds. I think less is more with this group because they do so much off that defense.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting thing. I think that's an interesting art of coaching question, right? You got a team that shows up for game day, but maybe you want a little more out of practice. How did you get that out of them? I mean, is it as simple as just saying, hey, we're prioritizing this? Like, where is the art in that from the coaching perspective?
Well, there's different ways of getting their attention. We like to say very positive ones, but we've kind of broken it up in a few different ways just to keep the focus. One of the ways is our position coaches do their vitamin work, so it's not like they're not getting that development. They're just getting it in a different time of day. Film sessions, breaking those up, so kind of just balances out their day so it doesn't feel overwhelming when you're going at 2-hour block straight. We typically are at 2-hour practices right now. We are certainly not practicing that long, but part of the other reason is right now we've been playing with 10 kids, and we have some other kids working back from injury, and scout team was home over Christmas break, so you don't want to wipe them out or wear them out prior to getting into a game the way we play, so we've got to be really intentional, make sure they're fresh to do what they need to do.
Yeah, you said a phrase there I've never heard before, vitamin work. What is that?
So just your daily daily routines, your player development. So, your basketball skills, your ball handling, your shooting, your passing, breakdowns of finishing at the rim, different ways you would be finishing in our actions, those sorts of things. So they're getting that consistent work with their position coaches. And then when we get to the practices, we get to focus a little bit more on the team concepts.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's cool to hear, and just a nice, interesting insight into the process.
Well, we got that where we got the vitamin analogy. I just kind of talked like everybody knew what it was. Yeah, I had my vitamin D this morning. Actually, I didn't. I forgot. But Becky Hammond at the Las Vegas Aces coach, we were able to kind of watch a practice, and that's what they called it, And I'm like, oh, that's a great way to describe it, the things that you do on a daily basis just to make sure that you've got your champion habits in place that, continue to help you move your needle and get better.
Yeah, it's a good process, good focus. And, it's always funny, too, like, everybody's always probably been doing some sort of air quote vitamin work, fundamentals or that sort of thing. But you just kind of keep repackaging these things.
Yeah,
and that's how it kind of keeps going into it. Well, we just talked to Kadynce a little bit here. Fun to get to know her some. Were you guys the first ones to offer her as she was coming up?
Yes, we were, and she's here, so that's the most important two things. Yes.
Yeah. What did you see in her when she was a young player?
Well, a little bit of everything, to be quite honest. We thought she was the best athlete in the state of Montana. She was super skilled at a young age. She was a kid with tremendous work ethic. She was a multi-sport athlete. She was really good at softball, amongst other sports. But watching her work ethic and how she was so driven at a young age and wanting to protect your backyard, you're going to go after the best in the state. And what was fun about her, Jamison, and Grace, they were actually all at an MSU camp together, and we ended up getting all three. And I want to credit Sunny Smallwood and our coaching staff. I'm like, it's about building relationships with these kids and trying to identify them before other people do, so they get to kind of see how we're going to become part of their family. And it's been extremely a fun journey. This freshman class is so much fun. And so cool, they're coming in with our junior class, like this team's extremely close. But to see Kadynce kind of growing up over her high school career and become a tremendous leader for that high school team, she kind of changed the trajectory and turned that into a very winning program, and she was a big part of that. And she's played every single position in her high school, and we're getting the benefits of that. I've literally played her at every position except for the 5
right.
So far in her freshman year, and I hope not to have to play her at the 5. But she's just really capable. She's so good in a lot of different areas.
Yeah, that's really cool. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a quick second. I'm going to put her slightly on the spot. We do have Grace Lawrence's replacement, and she was on our first Bobcat Insider television show, which we taped today, and it'll be out tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. But Tony Wetmore is here. She is going to be the new KBZK reporter, so you're going to see her a ton. Be sure to say hello. I know we all love Grace. Tony's going to be awesome, and we got a chance to get her on for the first Bobcat Insider TV show.
She crushed it.
Yes, she did.
Champion.
Absolutely. So you can catch that tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and then it'll be on YouTube afterwards. So just wanted to say hello to her so fans can start to get to know her a little bit. But, yeah, man, what a weekend this was, getting into some of these games now, from the Montana game to the Northern Colorado game. Defense continues to shine. 32 turnovers forced against Montana. One game, 32 turnovers, 19 steals, and we got to continue to see that superpower bench. I mean, we saw Addison Harris play 19 minutes in this game. Nobody played more than 24, so always fun when you can rotate that many players in.
Well, yeah, and our bench has continued to really come through. We challenge him. I loved how Kadynce said, there's no excuses for freshmen, or whatever, how she described it. I'm like, we have really gotten after every single kid, because we have to count on them to be there, to be consistent in what their role is. And I want to compliment her role. I'm like, I feel like her role is as important as Taylor's role, as important as Jameson's role. Every time a kid steps in and plays to their gifts of what they bring to the table, helps us get that much closer to our success. And this team has a lot of special talent in different ways. And there's been times where, especially the first time around against UNC, she was in the hook, where we call the hook, in the middle of the paint, and she probably had to have drained like 3 jumpers right there, had a buzzer beater at the shot clock, because they are so focused on some other kids. So sometimes the rest of your personnel, because that becomes that great greatest piece because they're so locked in on certain kids on your scouting report. And for this team, I feel like there's nobody you can really take off the board because they're all so capable. So it's been fun to see what this group's doing. And, the defense really had a great start that game.
That was a lot of fun to watch, and we got more hoops coming up. Women are on the road at Idaho State and Weber State. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight today.
Thanks a lot, Keaton.
All right, that's Coach Binford. Thank you, Candace Couture, Jeremiah Davis, and Coach Logie. Kellen Freeman has been our producer. And thank you to you, Bobcat Nation, for coming out. We'll be back again next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long, and this has been Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
You've been listening to Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Bobcats Sports Network.